Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we were playing as the Great Nordic Empire. So I had mentioned in the last episode that we needed to construct some forts up along our border with the Soviets. So I've got that started already. We're going up to just level 2 for now since we already have quite a few things that we're currently constructing with the air bases and all the radar and stuff. And so I did that all along the front. Level 2 forts don't take very long to get, and we already have some as well up along here. And I think this one here is a level 3 fort. So we're going to try and get that done before we declare war with the Soviet Union, which really we are in full control of. You know, we can just take that focus at whatever point we're ready to, but we do need to make sure we do it when we're not in the winter, since that would stymie any offensive that we launched. You know, obviously there'd be the winter penalties all along this territory, as well as up along here too. And so we're going to want to make sure that we're attacking probably in the spring or summer. Might have to be the summer so that we can complete some more of these focuses and get those forts constructed. Now, we talked about joining the Allies if they declare war with the Comintern, or, you know, the Comintern declares war on them. We'll have to see if that happens. If it does, then we'll join the war that way, rather than using our focus here. However, if that doesn't happen, then our other option is to join the Chinese United Front. They would be willing to accept us because we're both not aligned, and we can then bring them into the war. And that'll create a whole new front that the Soviets will have to man. Most likely our allies here would probably lose against the Soviets. Hard to say though, because supply is a bit of an issue here with the Soviets, but the key thing is that we basically force them to, you know, fight on another front, and just kind of helps us out a little bit. And so yeah, we'll do that if we can't join the Allies. So we'll want to do that right before we start working on that focus, so we can pull them into that war. And they did cancel the non-aggression pact, Ethiopia did, because, you know, we're not sharing a war anymore. We got the commando training. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and go after the interrogation techniques next. And so I'm thinking one more focus after this, and then maybe doing that one, or maybe 2 more focuses. We'll see where we're at on the date, because that would be, just 2 focuses would be 140 days. As of early January here, so that alone is probably going to be too much. They are canceling non-aggression pacts all throughout here. I don't know if that will change the status of them letting us join the faction. It would not. They don't seem to care. Alright, so that's 1 focus completed. So we can do 2 or 3 more. I'm thinking it's probably going to be 2. And one of them, we already know what it is going to be this one here, which starts the war up. So I would say that there's 3 choices. We could boost our fleet with these bonuses here. Now, they does have some penalties as well. So the retreat chance after initial stage is going to be reduced, and fleet speed while retreating is reduced. Yeah, you get some other nice bonuses here. Chance to receive critical hits slightly reduced. And then your light guns and heavy guns have a higher hit chance. And so that's helpful. Or we could do this one here. This would help our Marines out. The invasion penalty will be reduced, and the shore bombardment bonus will be increased. So might get that one. But this one's a good one too. So this grants some bonuses to the artillery MIO, where we're going to get some heart attack and piercing for our anti-tanks. It's helpful. Also would increase the production output for those. But really I think these ones would be the better options. We're going to go for this one. Help the Marines out with their invasion, since we don't really have high numbers, and the Marines, you know, they're not great. That could be better. Can we get another Marine unit? We can. We are really short on manpower, so we can actually get 1 more. We're just gonna get them up to 10 here, because again, the manpower is such an issue. Because I put a few more planes out there, and also I didn't even mention this last episode. But you'll notice that Finland is now core territory. We did finish the integration of Finland. And so that's all the manpower we're getting. That's all, guys. Of course, with our choice of doctrine tree, that's going to grant us more manpower. You know, if you guys recall, that's not found in there anymore, that we're going with the mobile warfare. And so once we get down here, desperate defense, we'll get a bunch of manpower, but that's kind of a ways away, particularly since we're not getting a ton of army experience at the moment, only what we're getting from the training and from our advisors. So we got that interrogation techniques. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and go after, I mean, a lot of these aren't needed anymore because we're not really doing any of these missions. I suppose we'll get these 2 here to make it more difficult to break our cipher And then that's probably going to be it, guys. I think we're going to be done because these other ones require us to do certain missions that we're not really doing at the moment. The localized training center, this one, I'm not entirely sure if this has ever been improved. I remember I had a lot of issues when it was first added, given that was years ago, so they might have improved it. But yeah, we had like all those notifications. We're constantly getting the notifications and there's no way to get rid of them. Again, I don't remember exactly what the issue is because it's been a long time since I used it. But yeah, that might have improved since then. You'd expect they would have, because I remember it being really annoying back then. But I haven't done it in a long time, so I can't say for sure. We do have a military factory, so let's go and get this assigned. I'm not entirely sure what we even need, if we need anything. Frankly, we're pretty good on all types of equipment. You know, our shortages in manpower is really what's limiting us at this point. I mean, we're even doing good when it comes to the medium tanks now, probably because we got that efficiency up. Yeah, the efficiency's pretty high at this point. I suppose you just want to like update. Yeah, just update equipment. So you can update. What you might want to do is put one into anti-tanks for updating that. I feel like 10 into fighters is probably enough. See how we're doing on resources? I just set this up to trade for these when we started here because we needed more steel and chromium, but apparently that was not the case. Maybe I just should have waited to do that until we got into the game. But yeah, this is all core territory now. We didn't get a lot of manpower from it, unfortunately. I want to update the naval bombers with that. And you know what? I don't know if we're going to get anything else here right now, guys. There's certainly stuff that would be helpful for us to get, but you know, there's so many other things we need. And frankly, we're still using 31,000 manpower. We might be able to ask China for manpower for the garrison. You know, they have so much manpower, so you think they would grant it to us. I was going to get the MPs here and then add that to the unit. And maybe we still will. Yeah, we're going to do that just in case they say no. I highly doubt they would, but, you know, why not? We're going to get it. And besides, we still never did replace this here, which, you know, isn't going to help that much with manpower. It'd help a little bit. And, you know, we don't really need the support equipment, so that's not a problem. But, yeah, it makes sense to get rid of it. And so let's do it with the MPs. We'll change it over to the MPs. All right, so we can go ahead and get a land doctrine now. So let's get that mobile infantry. And so that's going to give us that recovery rate and max speed. You know, I probably should have went with the Blitzkrieg route to boost our tanks rather than the motorized infantry. This is nice for the max speed. It's going to speed up all of our units. But yeah, probably should have went with this route here, now that I'm thinking about it, but I clicked on it so quick. So that's what we're going with. We're going with this route instead. This is still a good one, but honestly, this would have been much better for us to get. You still get the tactic for the Blitz. It's just down here at the bottom rather than with this one. Yeah, I think the extra breakthrough, which I know we already did get a breakthrough bonus for the tanks, but another 20% modifier would have been helpful. You get the organization for the tanks in one of these ones. I think it's this one here. You get 3. But this one here would grant you an additional 2. You also get the recovery rate for the tanks. Now, that's probably not as good as the recovery rate that you're going to get here for the infantry. So I think that's probably a better bonus there. Really, it's just the breakthrough. Is that that's the thing you want. But yeah, they're both pretty good routes, but I think this one would have been slightly better, but we're still getting some good stuff with this one. And this one here is for all infantry, so you get more organization for all of your infantry units, and that'll help the units that aren't our motorized ones. But again, probably should have went this route, but that's okay. So we did get a trait here for the fast tank designer. All right, excellent. So we can get that defense or the reliability bonus. I mean, we'll get both of them. Which one do we want to get first? I think the reliability bonus. I know that does increase production, but remember, production's not really an issue for us. Oh, we don't have any experience to update that. Okay, so we'll have to do that once we get 5 experience. I have to try and remember to do that. You guys know I'm probably going to forget. So you can still do the deeper mines, but I really think we should use political power for our advisors here. Do we have any that we can get? Now we do. We have the combined arms expert, but is that the one that we want? I know we want to get the infantry bonus for attack and defense for the infantry. I'm kind of thinking the capital ship attack armor would be a nice one to get too. But really, what is important here is probably boosting our land troops here rather than our ships. And so in that case, you want to get infantry, artillery, and the combined arms. This is nice for the air accidents chance reduction, since we have seen that you lose a lot more planes from that. But the air experience is pretty much useless for us because we don't need it anymore. So yeah, I'm not going to get that. Not going to get this one either. It's really between these 4. And yeah, I think we might just give up on the ship one and then get these ones. In which case we can go to get this now. So really boosting the motorized now. We got that doctrine, and then we got that advisor. I don't think we want to wait for the submarine snorkels, but we are building 2 of these right now, so we'll just see where we're at on getting that research by the time that we finish these. The first one's gonna be done here in just a few weeks, and yeah, we'll probably go ahead and build the level 4. I'd rather have a level 4 built, or you could put all those dockyards into this as well. That's another option. No, actually, let's go like this and try and get these placed into these here. And yeah, we'll see that those are both done around the same time now. I think it's better to get a level 4 built without those new snorkels than to build a level 3, obviously. So let's go and do the destroyer holes next. And yeah, we also need to get those depth charges. The last one. Alright, so just take a look at our fleet here. I'm sure we got some ships done. We do. Make sure that we get these into these training fleets here. See, there's only a few still left training, it seems. Alright, so I got all those ships distributed. Yeah, before we go to war, we'll have to make sure that we take a look at our fleet and see how we want to have it arranged. But we're mostly done training with all those ships. There's not very many still training outside of these submarines, I suppose. Yeah, they still got a lot of training left to go, but the surface ships are pretty much done for the most part. So this is for the fighters. Okay, so I guess we want to get this one here. Yeah, the production output cost is going to be increased, but the resources that we need are going to be reduced. We'll use less fuel, we'll have more range, more agility, more air defense, all good stuff here, guys. So yeah, let's go and get that one. I want to update that as well, since we have plenty of air experience. We also have that army experience, so I did remember to go ahead and add these. Let's go ahead and update this. That was the tanks we needed to spend the experience on. And we don't need all these here. Yeah, let's go ahead and update that, spend the experience on it, and then we'll want to get the new ones out there. All right, excellent. One of these tanks is done, so we're gonna move them. I'm hesitant to move them over here. There's actually not a lot of troops right there. We're probably gonna need them here. What's interesting is that the Soviets are not on the border with us at all. The question is why? Where are they at? What are they doing? Are we planning war with Poland? We'd be able to see a division there. Where are their troops? That's really strange. I mean, they'll move them back over here once they get the notification that we're planning on attacking them. Yeah, still kind of strange that they don't have any on the borders with us. I'm not entirely sure why they pulled them back there. So let me see where we're at. I think we still have a little while before we get this. Yeah, it's 43 days, so we'll go ahead and build the new submarines. I think that is the best way to go about doing this. So we do not need this one anymore. And then we're just going to be adding those torpedo tubes, the first level of the basic snorkel. And then get those new engines in there as well. And somebody really wanted me to call our next subs the Swedish meatball subs. So since it's close to the end of the series, why not? Let's do it. Let's call them the meatball subs here. I've never had a Swedish meatball sub. So I don't know what the difference in that is and a regular meatball sub. Let's go ahead and get, do we want 2 of these built in here? Let me see how many dockyards we still have. We'll wait to get the other one. Although this one's gonna be done here in just a week and a half. Yeah, might as well go ahead and put it out there then. Just so we don't have to come back here. And we're only gonna build, no, we'll build, yeah, both of these. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it since we know we're gonna be getting those snorkels soon. All right, so that looks solid. And then when we finish that, they'll come over to this one here. So let's just go ahead and make sure we get those dockyards set up. All right, excellent. It seems that we are short on a little bit of resources here. We'll go and trade for them. I know that 2 or 3 resources isn't a big deal, but it's not like we don't have plenty of civilian factories at the moment. Yeah, we're building 4 full lines, so I'm not too worried about it. We're about to get the fort started now, which is the main thing we want to do. Oh, look at this. Turkey declared war on the Communist Authority. Looks like it's the Iranian Communist Authority. Well, yeah, that's very, very interesting. Turkey is in the Allies, and so that's going to result in the Allies now being at war. All right, that's awesome. Though we could still, if we wanted to, still join the Chinese United Front rather than the Allies, just to drag them into the conflict too. But this is what we wanted. We wanted the Allies into the war. So yeah, they'll likely, yeah, they're there. They're at war with the British now. So yeah, I was hoping that would happen, and it did. So we can either start the war, you know, as soon as we're ready, go ahead and do the focus and start the war, and then join the Allies, maybe, if they send us an offer, and then likely have to deal with them kicking us out over and over again. We've seen that they just continue to kick us because of probably the world tension that we created. Now that is going down. We're down to 22.3% now. And yeah, they want to purchase this. Excellent. So yeah, we could do that, you know, join the Allies. Or we could instead, and Afghanistan has joined the Comintern. Or we could instead join the Chinese faction, you know, and pull them into the war too, because the Allies are already at war. That's probably the better option, because this is a non-aligned faction. Now, we won't likely be able to gain control of the faction, guys. I really don't think so. Considering the fact that while we might have more factories in China, maybe, I'm not entirely sure, we'd have to look and see just how many factories they currently have. I mean, we do have a lot more than them. Yeah, quite a bit more than they do. But the bigger problem is going to be deployed manpower. So I don't know if we'll be able to compare to them. In fact, we do have more, so maybe we can take over the faction. That'd be nice if we could. Be the leader of the non-aligned faction here. Have China in there and all the Chinese warlords. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. I think that might be the better option, guys. The British are irritating me because they keep kicking us from the damn faction. It's very frustrating. So we need to go ahead and get that field hospital. Again, manpower is still our key issue and is going to remain our key issue probably for the rest of the campaign until we get through that damn doctrine tree. Are we ready to put these tanks in there? We're not. All right, so just a couple days from being able to work on that focus, and I think we're going to go ahead and join the war, guys. So we did get the coastal support, so let's now get this one here. Though before we do it, because I don't know if this will impact their decision to let us join the faction or not, let's go ahead and ask to join the faction now. So they've accepted it. So we now share a faction with them, but they shouldn't kick us out, because in the fact we're both not aligned, and also, unlike the democratic factions, they shouldn't care about the world tension that we've produced here. Now this does mean that we might not be able to get control of this, but that's okay. Yeah, I just don't think we'll have time, because I believe that they'll have taken this over by then. Though the Soviets can put troops through here. But yeah, let's go ahead and start it up now. So we're going to do the crusade against Bolshevism, and this is going to grant us a, is it a breakthrough? Yeah, breakthrough and attack bonus, 10%. For 1 year. Well, actually, if we capture any of those states there, then it's reset for another full year. It's kind of unfortunate though, because we'll likely capture Leningrad immediately. So it's probably still just a year, because I don't think it'll continue to reset. I think you just get one reset. So I think as soon as we capture Leningrad, it'll reset again. So it might be slightly more than a year, but yeah, that's what I'm expecting. So now that we're doing that, they'll get that notification. They'll start moving their troops over to our border here. Where are we at on the fortifications? We haven't even started, but they're at war with the Allies, so it's not going to be as big of an issue now at this point. And I think it is more important to get the radar and the air bases. So we will want to start moving our planes over there soon. We'll give it a little bit of time here as we complete that, and then we'll move the planes. We'll get the ships going as well. We'll want to get these guys moving over here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and arrange all this and then get these submarines. We don't need to train them right now. Well, we'll train these subs, but we're not going to put them over here into any of these. Instead, we'll use them to replace losses, because we're not building those level 3 subs anymore. I think that was the ones that the last ones we had. And that's also why we got some dockyards over here. Okay, so yeah, now we want to get, do we have it yet? 15 days. So instead, let's just put the dockyards into these so we get those done rather than build another submarine. All right, so remember, as soon as this is done, we will be in the war with the Soviet Union. That means we're done here as well. That'll allow us to focus on building up all this stuff here. Yeah, I really want to focus on that. And the UK has canceled a non-aggression pact with us for some weird reason. Not entirely sure why they would do that. Alright, so pull back there. In fact, just so we don't get another notification here, and we're giving them, you know, basically 1 civilian factory, 4 resources. Maybe we should trade with the Chinese instead. Yeah, let's help out our own faction, since we're not going to be joining the British anymore. And so we will trade with any Chinese that happen to have the chromium that we need here. Though that might be it. Okay, so we're still going to have to trade for 1 more. And we'll trade the British for that. And then same thing here with the steel. So currently we're giving them 10 factories worth. So let's instead give those 10 factories to China. Oops, that was 11. There we go. So we're short a little bit on the chromium here. So we'll have to trade with the British for 1 more. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we'll get about halfway through this here, and then we'll go ahead and get the ships arranged. And oh, nice, we got those level 4 subs done. You can do skulls, I guess. Yeah, we'll do that one. The skull and crossbones. And then we'll let them train as well, and we'll just have them enjoy this one here. Train those up. While we're, you know, trying to build up the naval experience here and just get ready for this conflict. Now this fleet is already done here. This is what we want them to look like. We might pull out some of these level 2s and put level 3s in there. Everybody canceling those non-aggression pacts. They'll want them back the moment we go to war with them again. All right, so we got those submarine snorkels. Next, let's get the depth charges. That'll be done in 89 days, so pretty close to when we get the destroyer hull, so we'll probably wait for it. But let's go and get the submarines changed up here. So I want to change that to B and then add in the new snorkels there, which will increase or I should say decrease the sub visibility by a little bit here. All right, so let's go ahead and save that. And then we'll want to get 2 lines of this. And then we shouldn't have to make any more changes to the submarines. That's it. So we'll get let's get the second line going as well. And then we'll want to pull a few dockyards from that destroyer line that we have. And you know what, let's just do 5 like this. And yeah, we'll pull a few from here. So we're starting to construct these. So this will be done on the 10th of April, so just a few days here. All right, excellent. And yeah, we're not gonna take that decision anytime soon, guys, because we want to fill out the advisors. So let's just stop being notified of this. Yeah, so I don't have to keep popping in here wondering what the hell this is. Keeps distracting me. All right, so where are we at currently? 24 of 70 days. So the Italians are offering to sell us some old destroyers. It doesn't look like we get a penalty to this, or at least I'm not seeing one. Yeah, we get 4 destroyers, and then they get a reduction of their consumer goods factory. So yeah, I feel like this is probably beneficial to us, because yeah, we don't get any penalty there. And so yeah, we'll take these destroyers and then place them. Let me just see what kind of destroyers these are. So as far as like, they have minesweeping. Yeah, I think they're just going to be the patrol ones. So let's put them into this task force here, which we wanted to get that up to 10 anyways. All right, so let's go and place these guys here. The fleet is just about at range. There's not a whole lot we have to do with the fleet. It's mainly the planes we're going to have to move around a bit in preparation for the war. So we're at 30 days here. That's good enough. Let's go and start moving the planes to where we need them for the conflict, because we do have these air bases built up for this exact purpose. We already have the naval bombers here. Probably going to want to get another wing moved over there, which we have lots of naval bombers. So let's move these guys over here, and then we'll assign them right there. We need to get naval bombers assigned to here as well, probably like 3 to go into the lower Baltic Sea. And that's probably the best location for them as well. And then we don't need all these planes here, just the naval bombers. So that's going to be these guys. They'll go over here. And then Probably want to get another. Right, these are fighters here. So let's actually move these guys over to here. So we're going to want probably like 1,000 here. 1,000 fighters, 1,000 close air support is what I'm thinking. Okay, so we want to move all those over there. And then we might have some more experienced ones as well. Probably not. Looks like we don't have any. But we're going to want some over here too. In fact, let's not move these ones. These, what, 400 planes? They can just stay here and provide us support in this area. Alright, so let's go and start moving. I gotta find these naval bombers. I know I got some somewhere. We have naval bombers like all over the damn place. Okay, here they are. Let's move these over here, and they'll help us out in that region, and then these ones will go over here. We're actually gonna move one of these naval bombers over to here, because these are the new ones that we've got right here. And so we're gonna put them in the lower Baltic. So they look a little bit different. Alright, so these fighters, let's move them over here. And then we'll have to take a look, see how many more numbers we need. And these guys are going to want to be over here. Alright, so we're currently looking at 700. Okay, so you need a lot more planes over there. And then over here, we've got in total, let's see, 200 close air support and 400 fighters. Okay, so yeah, I need a lot more in both of those areas. I'm not going to put fighters anywhere but probably here, just because I don't think they're going to be anywhere else. We could have some here. We've got plenty of fighters, so that's not really the issue. Alright, so let's go ahead and move all these guys over to here. Do we want all of them? We'll see how that looks. Move those ones over there. And then these guys can go over here. Yeah, just slowly getting them all into place. Alright, so we'll see how that looks. And oh, Communist China has left the faction. I guess that's not surprising, considering the fact that their faction is probably going to be at war here with this communist faction. Did the whole faction break apart? No. Seeing King, though, is not in the faction, so they'll likely join the Comintern when we declare war here. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of infighting within. Oh, wait a minute. China left the faction, too. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so did we become the faction leader at this point? Let me just take a look at the faction. Yeah, we're currently the faction leader. Alright, so I didn't want to, I didn't want to be the faction leader. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, that's a real bummer. We were very close to getting the war started, so China will not go into the conflict now. I wonder why. Probably just because they weren't the faction leader anymore. Alright, well, we can pull in the rest of the faction, but they don't even have borders. Well, I guess I got borders with Mongolia. They might all leave too, though. Yeah, there's certainly a possibility that they just leave the faction as well. Maybe we can get them to come back into the faction, but probably not. But whatever, we're the leader of the faction. Can we at least change the name here? No, we can't. So we're still the Chinese United Front, despite the fact that main China is not even in the faction anymore. Alright. It is what it is, guys. We can always dismantle the faction, I suppose, at some point. But not if we start the war. Xin King did join the Comintern. Okay, so yeah, that's going to result in a war over here between our faction mates and the Soviets, and the biggest of the Chinas is not in the faction anymore. So, alright, so kind of a bummer that went down that way. Oh yes, the planes. Let's see if we've got this set up the way we want. So we're up to 1,300 here, 2,000 there. So we need 700 more planes here, which of the close air support, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically 5 more close air support and 2 more fighters. Because I'm making them equal, because why not? Though we might not have that many close air support available. Yeah, might just be mostly fighters over there. Okay, well that's fine too. We'll do these 2 over there. And that's probably good, guys. Yeah, I think that's fine. We can always move more if we need them. Remember, supply is an issue on this side of the front here. Though I don't think it will be there where we'll have problems. me take a look at the situation up along here. And how far along do we get on the fortifications? Alright, we're still building them. I don't think we'll get those done here in the 30 days before the war starts up. I'm just hoping nobody else leaves the faction, because yeah, that means we won't be able to get the garrison assistance from China. So it's probably a good thing we got the military police, and we should probably also continue to get these, because that'd get us back some of our manpower, which is going to be very much needed. Though, do we want to get that before we get the other? I guess we're working on field hospitals. Yeah, it's fine. Let's go ahead and put those into our units now, into the ponies here. We're going to change this up to the military police, increasing their suppression. And so that should result in us needing less manpower, which we've already reduced that some. It's down to 17,000 currently. So that brought it down to 14.5. It really didn't make a huge difference. Okay. Maybe we don't want to work on these MPs right now then, because each one's not going to help that much. And we have all this other stuff that we need. So let's get the engineer companies instead. Yeah, we've only made 2% progress there. So yeah, I think we'll get that. Get the rest of these support companies. I think it's just a better investment of our research. The other thing that's been reducing our garrison need has been probably this here in Germany. Yeah, we got up to 26%. So remember, when you got up to 25%, you need less for the garrisons, negative 25%, and then you also get 0.5% recruitable populations. That helps us out quite a bit too. Now there is another bonus here that'll help us with recruitable population. This is 20% volunteer program at 60% once we get that up. And we're also boosting these other locations too. So Germany is at 26, Cambodia is at 27, Vietnam is at 27 as well. And China joined the Allies. God damn it, that's frustrating. Yeah, this is incredibly frustrating. Now, they will be in the war now, but yeah, I'd rather have us be in the Allies in this particular case. Okay, is what it is, guys. Yeah, I wish we could dismantle the faction, but everybody else has to be gone. What we could do is just kick them all out, and then dismantle the faction, and then see if we can join the Allies. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, guys. I don't see any advantage of us having the faction. Now, we could do this here, but you'd have to release somebody. I suppose this does grant us some nice stuff, and it renames the faction, so it won't be the Chinese United Front anymore. It'd be the Northern League. So all we'd have to do in order to get this, since we're currently the faction leader, is basically release Iceland. It's just such a bummer that China joined this faction right before we started this conflict here, because then they would have joined our faction. They would have came back in. They would have preferred us over the Allies. Yeah, so that's a little bit irritating that they left. Suppose you could like console it and force them into our faction. That might cause some issues though. But yeah, I guess that's what we'll do, is we'll go and stay in keep our own faction. Now, we have to do this, we have to make this decision up before the war starts, because once it does, I don't think we can do anything with the factions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing we could do. As far as the releasing Iceland, that's probably something you want to do before the war starts too. Yeah, we're going to release them as a subject here. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll go through that focus tree, guys. So this will be re-granted to them, and we'll now be able to do the form the Northern League. And so yeah, some really good stuff here, guys. Of course, we can't do it yet, any of these ones, because you got to have the Northern League formed. But yeah, that's what we'll do next, just because there's some nice bonuses, including increased political power, something that we've had such issues with throughout the campaign. All right, so all the planes are set up. Let's go ahead and get the ships set up now as well, because we're just a few days away here from this starting up. So let's take these guys and put them into this one here. And these guys will go over here. And so with this fleet, what you want to do is just pull out any old level 2s here. I mean, we'll only pull one out, I suppose, and then move them over to this one here, which this is the one that's going to be providing bombardment support. So you don't need all of these destroyers here. It's only 4 capital ships currently, while here we have a total of 8. So that's why you want the 32 screens. So again, yeah, we can just go and move out, I don't know, these guys here, I suppose, any of these old destroyers. Let me just see what we got here. Yeah, let's move the ones we didn't build. There's 2 of those. So bring them over to this fleet. And then these guys we can pull out. Let's see, we have 4 capital ships. So we basically only need 16 screens. We can keep some of these training for a little bit longer, since we do have some time before the war starts here. But yeah, we want to give them time to repair. And China declared war, communist China there, so yeah, they're bringing them into the conflict. And communist China did join the Comintern. It's not surprising. Basically going down as we were expecting here. Japanese People Republic has signed a white peace with China. That's interesting. So we'll give it a couple more days here, and then we'll stop training the ships. Give them like 10 days for repairing. And actually, I'm also... well, we don't need as much steel here now. But yeah, we're also going to go ahead and increase the amount of dockyards we'll allow for repairs. So up to 20 here. And then let's go ahead and stop all these guys from training. These guys are actually repairing now, but we're going to stop them from training. Same thing with these ones here. And then all of these guys will stop training as well. I'll go ahead and put them all into this dockyard here. Alright, excellent. So we can pull some of these destroyers out that we currently have here and put them into... just move them around a little bit. Maybe put them into this one here. Because that gets them up to 7, but they have more coming. And I'm not entirely sure what's taking them so long. Yeah, they should be there already. Oh, okay. We actually have ships that can't get through here. I see. That's what the problem is. Okay, so the ships that we have over here, which I'm not entirely sure where these ones all came from. Are these the ones we got from Italy? Yeah, that's what it seems like. So the ones we got from Italy are stuck over here. Okay, so you'd want to just take these and then create like a separate... yeah, just kind of get them all merging, I suppose. Into one task force here. Okay, so yeah, I didn't know that's what the issue was there. Alright, so we'll probably have 2 of these guys go into this one here. There we go, beautiful. Alright, so perfect timing. We decrypted the Soviets right before the war is about to start here. So let's go ahead and get somebody else going, though there's really nobody else that we're going to be fighting. So I guess you just do, you know, like Mongolia or something, or Sinking. I suppose we'll do them. Doesn't really matter who we're working on. And then our civilian factories have finished up almost all those fortifications, so just really good timing here for all this. So we have full radar coverage of all of this territory. We could build up the forts a little bit higher. I don't think it's going to be necessary because the Soviets aren't even on this front, even though we're about to go to war with them. They have the notification, but they've got 1 unit over there and 1 over here, and that is it. The troops here are not defending the border, so we'll just be able to advance because they're all up over that way. Yeah, this is, yeah, we don't even need the forts at all. This is not a good situation for them. All right, so since we don't need those, we'll just get, well, let's take a look at the infrastructure. We have had some resource issues, so let me just see if there's any locations where we can get at least some resources. Yeah, like, you're not getting much. I don't even know if this is worth constructing. Just the number of resources you're getting, it's probably just not worth it. But we'll work on it because we don't really need factories or dockyards either. I suppose we'll get some dockyards. Again, don't need them, but yeah, why not? We'll get a few dockyards going. Just so we're making use of our civilian factories. But again, just don't need any of this. Alright, so we're just a few days now from the war. We don't need to do the military parade in Iceland. I was gonna say we don't need to be notified about that. So yeah, and this will start up the war immediately. I did not move these tanks here. Should have done that. We finished training them and then I didn't move them, though it's not that big of a deal, honestly. Yeah, we'll just let the Red Army troops go this way. And we'll bring, let's see, 3 over here. And then the last 2 will go over here. And we'll just need to keep this manpower from like ships that we're building and planes, and of course replace all the casualties. Alright guys, so we are now at war with the Soviet Union. And so we'll be able to get those non-aggression pacts again. Of course we're going to form the Northern League here. and we will accept the non-aggression pacts with the allies. So yeah, we'll go and call everybody in. Bring them into the conflicts. So that'll be a front line here that they'll likely have issues with. But maybe the allies will assist them if they give them access or whatever. Alright, so we are now at war. Let's go and slow this down. Go and get all of our planes assigned, our ships out there as well. And of course we will be moving to new regions soon. We won't be on this one all that long. I didn't move any up here, but it's not even necessary to have some. But I guess you could move like any spare fighters that are just kind of sitting around not doing anything. These guys are going to go over here, do the naval strikes. Yeah, if we have any sitting around, then I'll move them over there. Yeah, you actually have some fighters here, so why not? We'll move them over here. And can we fly over there? Looks like we can. We could actually move some here as well, because we just have that really high range. Though these are the Valkyrie 3s. But yeah, they won't have great efficiency there, but they should still get us the bonus, which is really what matters there. And then let's go ahead and put these guys on naval strike as well. And these guys. And the last ones. So that looks pretty solid. Now we just need to move these guys here. I suppose this is 2 different air zones, isn't it? So we're going to have to split them up. Yeah. Okay, so let's see how we want to do this. So we do have some Valkyrie 4s out here, by the way. So that gives them 400 there. And so we got a lot more fighters over here than we do. Close air support, apparently. So move these ones over here. And then the close air support, let's just split these up and have most of them focusing on this area. Alright, so that looks solid. So got all our planes flying overhead from this airbase. And then we'll take a look and see if we have any other planes sitting around. It looks like no. I think we're using them all. Alright, excellent. Now we have a lot more in the stockpile if we need them. Alright, so these destroyers will get moving over to this task force, while we'll need to pull a level 2 out and then just put them into this task force. Yeah, because we only need 16 here, so you just pull one of these level 1s out and get them moving over to here, and then you'll have exactly 10 for these. Okay, so we're gonna have them all in the, let's go and start with the patrol here. All throughout the lower Baltic. Since we have coverage for the entire region, so no reason not to assign them all. And then these guys will do their mine lane. This task force here will be doing the naval invasion support. And then this task force here will be doing the strike force. And then of course you gotta get all the submarines out there. Let's move them into here, and then we'll have all of these assigned to do the convoy raiding. And we currently have 11 to 10. Okay, so we need to actually combine some of these older ones. We'll combine these two here. So in addition to these zones here in the Baltic, we're also going to assign our submarines up here. I won't assign any other ones, just these. Yeah, just the submarines here. Because I want to make sure these guys have naval bomber support. Alright, so let's go and start pushing into their territory now. Again, there's no troops here to stop us, so this is going to be very easy for us to advance. Got the tanks up along here, so they're going to move very quickly. And what we're going to want them to do is have one just zip up along the coast here, while 2 of these will be going towards that port. And yeah, let's get 2 of these going to that port. Although we'll have them go this way, so we might not even need that naval invasion. Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, these guys are gonna go this way. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and launch the naval invasion as well. Although we do have to have control of those zones. We'll see how that looks once the ships are actually out there. Let's go and actually take that location. Yeah, we'll have this guy go to this province, because he can advance up over here. But yeah, there's nobody defending any of this, so again, it's just going to be really easy to grab all this territory quickly. So yeah, we didn't need any of those forts, but it's not going to hurt having it, because remember, the Soviets could outnumber us on this front if they really wanted to. They have a lot more troops than we do, but they do have so many fronts that they're now fighting on, so yeah, we'll just have to see. We need to grab that location. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens here. And then yeah, everybody in this location is going to attack right here. Alright, so that's definitely going to be a win there. Alright, we have control of all these. Ah, damn it. Of course he got injured right when it started. So yeah, we got control of all this here. And we want to take a look and see if they have any planes. They do not have any planes in these zones. Alright, so we'll be kicking up these naval battles here immediately. You can already see, let me just make sure these guys are set to, yep, engage at high risk. Alright, excellent. Yeah, already our patrol fleets have started to engage their navy. Alright, so these tanks, let's go and have, we're going to focus on this area. We're not going to go that way. And just push towards Leningrad here as quickly as we can. Alright, so just making sure our troops continue advancing all along the front. Alright, so here, they have a port, so you do want to win there. And yeah, it looks like we will not be launching those invasions there. Alright, let's have all these guys go here. The entire, though we might not be able to do that while it's set. And then launch it. I'm surprised they don't have control here. Yeah, they just have far too many ships there. But we're also not seeing any bombing here by our own planes. Yeah, they haven't hit them yet. Okay, so yeah, we'll just have to wait. Let's go and grab that location. And yeah, we've already pushed deep into their territory here right from the start. I did forget about the German front, guys, so we need to take care of that. Because yeah, they're likely going to start moving troops over here to defend it. So yeah, let's go ahead and push forward here. And go after Berlin. And let's go and grab that location. And then yeah, we're going to grab this. So don't really need that naval invasion any longer. It's kind of a bummer our naval invasion isn't happening here. They just have far too many ships there, including those battleships. We do have our own ships here. But yeah, they're focusing on this area. Okay. So yeah, we're not getting that bonus there. Alright, so this is gonna split up here with the lake soon. Just make sure these troops are all still advancing. Could put this under the control of the AI. But I like controlling them manually here. And our manpower is just too precious to allow the AI to control troops even for a little while. They could make some really stupid decisions. We've seen just how bad the AI is, the mistakes they make, and how quickly they can exhaust your manpower. So I just don't think it's worth risking when we do have such manpower shortages. So we are short still on the resources here. Let's go ahead and trade. Oh, we're going to pull back on that. Trade with the British here. Alright, so these guys, let's actually have them get behind them. So that when we win that, they'll have nowhere to retreat. Alright, so we sunk one of their destroyers. Okay, so the first ship from the Soviets has been sunk. This is... We'll keep it going. Well, let's not actually win it. Let's get behind these guys first. Yeah, we don't actually want to win that just yet. Alright, let's go and push forward here. And, you know, actually we'll have them go this way. Well, this unit, yeah, he's already taken that for us, so we'll have this guy grab that for us. Alright, and then, yeah, just kind of clean this all up as we move. Alright, so he's grabbing that. Let's actually have this guy come over here. Oh, okay, I see what the problem is. We need to stretch out this red front like so. And then, yeah, the tanks will just be grabbing their victory points, moving rapidly. And, yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they didn't bring more troops over here to stop us. Now these guys are not great on the offensive. We designed them just to defend ports. We are running really, really short on fuel, by the way, so let's go ahead and trade for a lot more. And we'll see if that's going to make a dent. No. Because we're using a lot of fuel at the moment due to all those planes and all those ships out there. I did sink 6 destroyers here. Right, excellent. Getting some of our planes shot down, but not that big of an issue. Alright, so let's go ahead and... we still got to get this territory to actually get behind them. So let's go ahead and pull back this unit here, because we don't want to win there just yet. I prefer to cut them off if we can, since it's one of the few units that's actually defending this territory over here. Alright, so let's go and give these guys orders to advance all through this territory here. He already got orders, he does too. Alright, and then he'll go after that victory point. And it looks like we've taken that port. Let's go and move after the next one then. And we'll actually let that guy go here. Yeah, we'll just let him move there. Although we're almost there. When are we going to get there? Yeah, we'll get there first. So it's fine. So yeah, they're pulling in all of their subjects, all their faction members. And why these guys haven't moved over to a frontier just yet? Yeah, come on guys. Are they saying that the supply is an issue? That can't possibly be true. Alright, so this guy can clean all this up on his own. There they go, now they're moving. Alright, so we'll push forward over here, and we do have factories and dockyards that we're taking from the Soviets, so what we need to do is probably just set this up so we don't have to keep on dipping back in here. We don't need infantry equipment, we have a stupid amount of it. Of course, you know, you can always update the equipment we have, but yeah, it's just not really necessary. So let's just put it into, I mean, really, resources is the issue at the moment. Because yeah, anytime we increase the factories we're investing in those, we're going to have to trade for more resources. The dockyards also need to be assigned. So let's go ahead and fill out the destroyers and the submarines then. When do we get those destroyer techs? It's going to be about a month or so. Okay. Alright, so what do we do over here? We sunk another destroyer. So I think that's like, I don't know, maybe 9 destroyers or something like that we've sunk. Clearly these Marines are not going to be able to do this invasion. We'll probably be over here before they're able to. I'll keep them assigned for now, but yeah, they're not going to be able to do it. We can delete this one here. But yeah, we just didn't get control of the sea there, which I'm a little surprised with. I thought we would have. So I'm going to push forward here and make sure that these guys are advancing up along here. Tanks pushing forward nice and fast. Exactly what we got them for. And then yeah, let's go and grab all this territory now that guy has left. And then let's take a look at this front over here. Send him in. And not a whole lot we can do against these numbers right now. Remember, these guys are terrible. They're not great. So I'm fine if we don't get all this territory. I'd just like to get Berlin, just for the points, because it's worth a lot. But we don't have to get control of the entire state, though. Remember, the Allies are advancing up along their front as well. 6 destroyers sunk there. Right, fantastic. Yeah, very, very nice. What's surprising is that while we assigned our fleet here, they didn't move. Okay, so they're going over there now. Okay, so now they're moving. And though these troops aren't actually deploying just yet. Got 2 more convoys sunk there. And which doctrines can we get? That's just the special forces. Alright, so we did wipe out those troops. Let's go ahead and now start advancing to link up with these guys here. So we're going to push forward up along the coast there. All these guys are going to go down here. Up along here, and then the last one will go this way. So we're going after Novgorod. These other victory points here. These Red Army troops are never really going to be able to... Yeah, we'll just keep them over here. Because they're not going to be able to keep up with the tanks anyway. If we see that we're facing some resistance, then we'll want them down to like defend the territory that we take, but otherwise there's really not any reason to have them on that front. Let's keep on giving these guys orders. You can see that we are starting to see some supply issues here. These guys can go over there next. Yeah, a few supply issues up along this front here. They're already going to get there, so we'll go this way instead. And then we'll take that location as well. So yeah, we're going after that last port over there. So this one unit will be cut off from all supply. And just make sure we're advancing up along this front as well. Give them some additional orders on top of what they already have. Well, we could try and... yeah, let's go up along this coast here. I think that makes sense. And then these tanks will go... you know what, these guys will go up this way. And they'll go over that way. They'll help us fill this in. And these tanks will then come over this way and grab that victory point. Alright, so they're coming over this way. Looks good. Yeah, let's go to grab that. Victory point next. Poland's not in a faction, so they're not in this war at all. Okay, so yeah, we'll just be able to advance and take over all this. And the Soviets, all their troops are over here, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. Like, where is their army? Now, they are fighting on these other fronts. But yeah, very confusing. Where is the Soviet army? It just doesn't seem like they have... oh, okay. There's a front down here as well, where they're clearly having some success. That's right. They were fighting Turkey first. And so they probably... Turkey was always in the Allies, of course, but yeah, they probably are focusing on these fronts. Because that's where you're seeing that they have the most success. So that's clearly where they decided to focus. I'm not entirely sure that was the best place to focus. So we still need to get these advisors here. And it's saying that we can get one, but yeah, we do not have enough political power to get any of these yet. We need about 9 more at the moment. Alright, so let's go and take a look at the casualties as we end today's episode here. So we're already at 4% of the total war participation. We have taken 1.3 thousand casualties against the Soviets, so that's actually a lot considering that we haven't fought them that much. As far as like how many we've killed with the Soviets, I don't think we're even on here yet. Yeah, we're within that other 320,000. So just haven't done enough casualties. It looks like the Federal Republic of Germany has done the most. France is right underneath them. Barely any difference there. UK has also done a lot, as has Turkey and Italy. So yeah, we just don't know how we've done so far against them. Because they were already in this war for several months. Iraq is very close to capitulating, already at 55%. Turkey's currently 21%, while the Federal Republic of Germany is 27% here. So have they been having success? Yeah, they've taken Vienna here. Okay, so Germany is taking some losses here. It looks like the Soviets have been having success up along this front. I see. So this is a pretty wide front that they're fighting in, while we have this really small one currently. So that's probably where they're focusing as well. So this front and then the one against Turkey. I see. So that's probably where the Soviet troops are. They have a lot of fronts though. Look at all these guys. This is a massive war. This is even bigger than the previous war. Yeah, this is a much larger conflict overall, in a sense. And also it's 1945, so all the countries involved have had all this time to build up. But yeah, this is a big old long front up along here, this Asian front and then the European front. So it's being fought pretty much everywhere. So, hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.